Man, life does not get any easier. And there's no reason to believe that it has ever been easier. It's always been difficult, and there's a chance that it'll always be difficult. There's power in the ability to fail. Maybe that might be the most important thing that we all need to master. Like, how fast can we fail? How many times can we fail? How much consistency can we maintain as we figure things out? And it's difficult. It's not easy. It's never been easy. That's the challenge for every single one of us. If you choose something that you wish to improve at, if you choose something that you're trying to make progress in, how quickly can you get better at it? How many times are you willing to fail? And how much fun are you going to have along the way? Because if you can't find a way to have fun in the worst times, in the most difficult times, chances are you're never gonna enjoy it. Chances are you'll quit very early on. So let's say the task is to just learn how to play the piano. Let's say the task is to approach 10 beautiful women. How much joy can you find through the rejections? How much joy can you find through all the wrong notes you'll play on the piano, all the times where your fingers are just going in opposite directions, and you're trying to move them in a certain way, and you're trying to go right, they go left, you're trying to go left, they go right, and you're probably going to think that, man, this is not made for me. I'm not made for this. This is not for me. I'm incapable of moving my fingers this way. And in that moment, there's going to be so many different scenarios, so many different reasons, so many different excuses and stories that you're going to tell yourself, all defining the fact that the reality that you're creating for yourself, that this is not who you are. You're incapable of doing this. And guess what, man? Like, that's not true. What I want you to understand more than anything else is that you are fully capable of reshaping your reality. You are fully capable of expanding beyond what is possible. You are fully capable of pushing what most people think of as a complete impossibility. That's the most fascinating part about the whole thing. Can you push through? Can you go beyond what most people call quits? Can you go beyond that? Can you actually push beyond your abilities? That's the hardest thing. We push ourselves, right? We push ourselves. We go beyond by being in the moment. And being in the moment for me was to say hi to a beautiful girl that walked by and distracted the video. So we move through life. We achieve the impossible. We push through day after day by going through failures, right? By going through the failures and actually enjoying the process. For me, the failure in this particular case is a video I'm trying to make. I'm trying to find my train of thought. This beautiful girl walks by and she smiles at me, and I just have to go say hi. You define your failures, man. There is no right or wrong failure. There is no perfect time to do anything. There is no order to how anything needs to be in life. Like just recognize that sentence I just said. We have been taught that you need to go to school at a certain age, graduate with an undergrad degree at a certain age, graduate with a graduate degree after that, have a certain job, make this amount of money, move to the suburbs. There's this story that's written out for every single one of us. And if that story resonates with you, if that story speaks to you, if you feel like that story, you're on track with that story and it's really for you, then amazing. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. The problem really begins when you push through somebody else's story. You're pushing through a narrative that was written for you, but it is not you. You're pushing through a list of to-do lists, essentially a set of to-do lists, a set of things to do that you're pushing hard to be able to achieve, that don't speak to your heart. And the problem is the world is too competitive, right? The problem is there's someone else right behind you, right next to you, who is not only doing the same thing you're doing, not only experiencing the same level of difficulties, not only sacrificing so much, just as much as you are, maybe not eating out, if it's financial sacrifices or otherwise, but guess what? That person also loves themselves more than you love yourself. That person also loves the process. They love the pain. They can put up with all of it because they truly enjoy every second of it. They're not after a certain result. So they can marinate themselves into that level of difficulty, that level of pain for a long, long time. And guess what? That's the difference. That's got to be the difference. The longer you can suffer yourself in that pain and still have a very positive attitude about it, feel like you're learning something, you're improving, know that you're still on your long-term goals, right? You are taking baby steps, turtle speed progress into your longer goals in life. You will eventually be miles ahead compared to those who are trying to accomplish everything in one night or 1 year even. And that's the main point that I want to make in this video, is that so many of us have so much to do, but we just don't love any of it. Or for the most part, we don't love most of it. So many of us have such long to-do lists, things that we need to do, and we don't really recognize what is the number one most important thing in your life today. And if you can't answer that question, you should think about it for 3 days. If you still can't answer that question, at least come up with 3 most important things in your life. Every single human being should be able to come up with 3 most important things in their life. That can't be that hard, right? I just refuse to believe that. If it's impossible for you to have a passion today, if you just can't find anything that you're engaged in, then maybe you took a left turn so long ago, and that left turn was not for you, and you have forgotten about yourself. You've forgotten who you are. You don't know yourself anymore. And man, that breaks my heart. That is perhaps the most heartbreaking thing to think about for someone in their 30s, 40s, an adult human, not having any desire, any passion, any sense of love, anything that drives them, anything that pulls them, like that magnetic energy that makes you just want to pursue something, right? Having none of that, it's a little bit heartbreaking. You should be in a position where you have to let go of some extra passions, right? Some extra desires, because you can't have everything either. That's the opposite side of the story, where you have so much to do and you love it all, and too many businesses and too many side hustles and too many hobbies. That ain't good either, right? Because it starts to like kind of overwhelm your life. But we can find 3. If not 1, we can find 3. If not 3, we can find at least 4 or 5. And it is possible to devote yourself to 3 things throughout the week. It is definitely possible to devote yourself to 3 main tasks every single day, 6 days a week. You just need to manage your time. You just need to understand what it is that you need to work on. You just need discipline. Discipline. Loud car. Discipline and the ability to love the failures. I want you to be able to love the failures without having to try to love the failures. Loving failures should be a thing you do because it's just fun, and that's the point of it. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. You're having a good time and you're learning from every single one of those failures. Till next time, peace out.